The blood tastes like copper and failure. Amara's fingers press against her split lip, come away red, and she thinks, this is how I die. Not in a hospital bed surrounded by family, but on cold pavement outside a Gangnam nightclub, while Seoul's beautiful people step over her like trash. Please, she whispers. But Marcus is already walking away, his white sneakers pristine, his friends laughing. Her ex-boyfriend. Her mistake. The man she followed to Korea 6 months ago, believing his promises of a fresh start. The man who just shoved her into a wall when she asked why he was with another woman. 12 hours earlier, Amara's apartment in Itaewon smells like instant ramen and broken dreams. She sits on the floor, no furniture yet, can't afford it, staring at her phone. Marcus hasn't responded to her texts in 3 days. She knows she should let it go. Knows she should accept that the relationship died somewhere between Atlanta and Incheon International, between his promises and his silence. But she came here for him, left her nursing job, her apartment, her life. Spent her savings on the plane ticket because he said he missed her, said Seoul was lonely without her, said please baby, just give us one more chance. That was February. Now it's November, and she's teaching English to elementary students for barely enough to cover rent. Living in a shoebox studio, eating 1 meal a day, still hoping he'll remember he loves her. Her phone buzzes. Finally, Club Octagon tonight. You should come. Not I miss you. Not sorry I've been distant. Just an address and an implication. She should stay home. Should recognize this for what it is. Breadcrumbs from a man who enjoys watching her chase. She puts on her only nice dress instead. Club Octagon is everything Amara isn't. Expensive, exclusive, dripping with the kind of wealth that makes her feel invisible. She pays the cover charge. There goes this week's food budget, and pushes inside. The bass vibrates through her chest. Lights strobe across faces painted with confidence and privilege. She spots Marcus immediately, his arm around a Korean woman in a dress that costs more than Amara's monthly rent. He sees her, smiles, doesn't move his arm. Amara walks over on shaking legs. Marcus. Babe. You came. He's drunk, pupils dilated. This is Ji-won. Ji-won. This is a friend from back home. A friend. The woman looks Amara up and down, dismisses her, leans closer to Marcus. Can we talk? Amara hates how small her voice sounds. Outside. Kinda busy here. He takes a shot, grimaces, laughs. You texted me. You said? I said you should come. You came. Don't make it weird. Something inside Amara cracks. 6 months of excuses, of justifying his silence, of telling herself she was being too demanding. It all crystallizes into clarity. We're done, she says. I'm done. Okay. He shrugs. Actually shrugs. Cool. She turns to leave. His hand catches her wrist. Wait. You owe me for the flight, remember? I sent you money back in February. That was a gift. You said? I said loan. $2,000. Pay me back. The crowd presses close. Ji-won watches with amusement. Marcus's friends form a semicircle, blocking Amara's exit. I don't have it. Her voice shakes. I've been barely surviving. That's not my problem. His grip tightens. You're the one who chose to come here. You're the one who can't make rent. Maybe if you weren't so fucking needy all the time. Let go. Pay me. I said let go. She jerks free. He stumbles, spills his drink. The expensive whiskey splashes across Ji-won's dress. The woman shrieks. Marcus's expression turns ugly. You stupid bitch, he shoves Amara. Hard. She crashes into the wall, head cracking against concrete. Pain explodes through her skull. She slides down, vision swimming, taste blood. The club spins. She sees Marcus standing over her, sees security approaching, sees people filming on their phones. Get her out of here, Marcus tells security. She's drunk, causing problems. I'm not. Amara tries to stand, collapses. Her head throbs. Everything tilts. Security drags her outside, dumps her on the pavement. The door closes. Bass-heavy music muffled. Amara lies there, rain starting to fall, and thinks about all the choices that led here. Every time she made herself smaller. Every red flag she painted green. Her phone screen is cracked. Must have happened in the fall, but it still works. She pulls up her contacts. Who can she call? Her mother back in Atlanta, who told her not to go. Her best friend, who warned her about Marcus. She is no one. She is no one. A shadow falls across her. Get up. The voice is male, deep, Korean accented. Can't. Amara mumbles. Everything hurts. Hands grip her arms, strong, careful, lifting her like she weighs nothing. She manages to focus on the face above her. Sharp cheekbones, dark eyes burning with something terrifying, an expensive black suit that makes Marcus look like a child playing dress-up. Behind him, 3 men in similar suits wait silently. Who? Someone who doesn't leave bleeding women on sidewalks. He's carrying her now, toward a black Mercedes. Someone who's about to teach her ex-boyfriend the cost of disrespect. Amara's vision blurs. Don't know you. No, but I know you. The last thing she sees before darkness takes her is his face, beautiful and deadly, watching her like she matters. Amara wakes to the smell of antiseptic and expensive sheets. The bedroom is massive, floor-to-ceiling windows, minimalist furniture, a view of the Han River glittering in morning light. Medical equipment beeps softly beside the bed, and 4 drips clear fluid into her arm. She tries to sit up. Pain lances through her head. Don't move. The same voice from last night. Mild concussion. The doctor said rest. The man from outside the club sits in a leather chair by the window, watching her with unsettling intensity. In daylight, he's even more striking. Late 20s, devastatingly handsome, wearing casual clothes that probably cost more than her yearly salary. But it's his eyes that catch her, dark, calculating, holding secrets that could fill oceans. Where am I? Amara's voice cracks. My penthouse. You needed medical attention. Hospitals ask questions. You could have left me. No. He stands, crosses to the bed. I couldn't. Why not? He's silent for a long moment. Then, do you remember Kim Sun-hee? 73, lung cancer, room 402 at Seoul National University Hospital. Amara's breath catches. That was 2 years ago. I was doing clinicals. You stayed with her every shift. Braided her hair. Read her Korean poetry in broken pronunciation. His voice softens, almost imperceptibly. She was my grandmother. I was in Tokyo. By the time I flew back, she was gone. But the nurses told me about the black American student who treated her like family. I didn't know. I've had people watching you since then, making sure you were safe. He sits on the edge of the bed, close enough that she can smell his cologne, something dark and expensive. I watched you drain your savings for that bastard. Watched you skip meals. Last night, I was leaving a business meeting when I saw him put his hands on you. Amara's throat tightens. You've been watching me for 2 years? Protecting you. There's a difference. That's creepy. That's stalker behavior. Yes. No denial, no justification. My name is Kang Min-jun. I run certain operations in Seoul. Import-export, mostly. Some less legal than others. His eyes hold hers. I'm not a good man, Amara Williams. But I pay my debts. My grandmother died peacefully because of you. That means you're under my protection now. I don't need. Marcus Chin has a gambling problem. Owes 2 million won to some very impatient people. He was planning to use you as collateral. Get you working in one of the clubs in Hongdae. Take your wages until his debt's clear. The room spins. No, he wouldn't. The contract was already drawn up. He was going to have you sign it today. Tell you it was a standard work visa document. Min-jun's voice is flat, factual. I've seen it before. Foreign women, isolated, desperate. By the time they understand, they're trapped. Amara thinks of Marcus's sudden invitation. His insistence she come to the club. The way his friends surrounded her. Oh God. He won't touch you again. Something dark and final in Min-jun's tone. I've made that very clear. What did you do? Made him understand the consequences of trying to sell what belongs to me. I don't belong to you. Min-jun tilts his head, studying her. No, but you're mine to protect now. That's non-negotiable. She should be terrified. Should demand to leave. Instead, she asks, why? Because you sang to my grandmother. Because you stayed late on your shifts to make sure she wasn't alone. Because in 2 years of watching you, I've never seen you be cruel. Not once. Not even when you had every right. He stands, walks to the window. You're kind in a world that doesn't deserve it. That's rare. That's valuable. I'm not some pet project. No. You're someone who needs help, and I'm someone with resources. He turns back. Stay here. Rest. My housekeeper will bring food. When you're well, we'll discuss terms. Terms. I have a proposition. One that benefits us both. Before she can respond, he's gone. Amara lies in the massive bed, head throbbing, trying to process. A stranger has been watching her for 2 years. Her ex-boyfriend tried to traffic her. And now Seoul's most dangerous man, because that's what he is, she can see it in his eyes, is offering some mysterious deal. She should run. But where would she go? 3 days pass. Min-jun appears at odd hours, silent and watchful. His housekeeper, a kind middle-aged woman named Mrs. Lee, brings meals and makes sure Amara takes her medication. The concussion fades. Strength returns. On the 4th day, Min-jun sits across from her at breakfast. You're healed. Not a question. Yes. Good. Then let's talk. He slides a folder across the table. I need a wife. Temporarily. 6 months. My family won't finalize an important business merger unless I'm married. They see it as proof of stability. You need money, safety, and a reason to stay in Korea legally. Amara opens the folder. The contract inside is detailed, professional, terrifying. This is insane. This is practical. You marry me. Live here. Attend family functions. In return, I clear any debts, provide a generous monthly allowance, and handle your visa situation. After 6 months, quiet divorce. You walk away with enough money to start over anywhere you choose. Why me? Because you won't get attached. You just ended things with Marcus. You're not looking for love. Because you're smart, adaptable, and you've already survived in Korea on your own. Because my family will accept you. He pauses. And because I trust you. You don't know me. I've watched you for 2 years. I know you better than most people know their closest friends. It should sound romantic. Instead, it sounds like a man who doesn't understand boundaries. But Amara looks at the number at the bottom of the contract and thinks, freedom. Thinks, safety. Thinks, maybe this is how you stop being a victim. You make a deal with the devil and take back control. Complete honesty, she says. No more secrets. If I'm doing this, I need to know exactly what I'm getting into. Min-jun's expression doesn't change. Agreed. He's lying. She can see it in the way his jaw tightens, the way he won't quite meet her eyes. But she signs anyway. Because sometimes the devil you know is better than the ex-boyfriend who tried to sell you. The wedding happens in a courthouse on a Wednesday morning. No flowers, no guests, just Min-jun in a black suit and Amara in a simple white dress Mrs. Lee bought. The officiant speaks Korean. Amara says, I do, without understanding most of the ceremony. Min-jun slides a platinum band onto her finger. Perfect fit, because of course he knows her ring size. Afterward, in the car, he says, my family wants to meet you. Dinner tonight. That's fast. They've been pressuring me for months. Now I have something to show them. He glances at her. Remember, we met through mutual friends, dated quietly for 6 months, married quickly because untraditional. Keep details vague. Let me handle the difficult questions. I'm not an idiot, Min-jun. No, you're the bravest person I know. It's the first genuinely warm thing he said. Most people would have run. You're still here. Most people aren't desperate. Something flickers in his eyes. Hurt, maybe, or understanding. Yes, desperation makes us do interesting things. The family dinner is at a private restaurant in Gangnam, the kind without prices on the menu. Min-jun's uncle presides at the head of the table, stern, calculating, radiating disapproval. His aunt picks at her food and studies Amara like a bug. But his younger brother Taeyong grins when they arrive. Yum, you actually did it. Taeyong's English is perfect, American accented. And she's gorgeous. Much better than the wives uncle kept suggesting. Sit down, Min-jun says, but there's affection underneath the command. The dinner is excruciating. The uncle asks invasive questions about Amara's family, her education, her intentions. The aunt makes pointed comments about cultural differences. Through it all, Min-jun sits rigid, his hand occasionally finding Amara's under the table. Acclaim, not comfort. Until the uncle says something sharp in Korean. Min-jun's response is quiet, but the temperature drops. Taeyong inhales. The uncle's face flushes red. What did he say? Amara whispers. He suggested you were temporary. A phase. Min-jun's jaw tightens. I explained that you're my wife, and anyone who disrespects you will no longer be welcome in my life. In explicit terms. The uncle stands, throws down his napkin, storms out. The aunt follows, scandalized. Taeyong just laughs. Worth it. He's been insufferable about the merger. Maybe now he'll back off. He raises his glass to Amara. Welcome to the family. It's a mess, but you'll fit in fine. In the car afterward, silence stretches. Then, I'm sorry, Min-jun says. I shouldn't have exposed you to that. You defended me. You're my wife. He stops, seems to hear himself. The contract. I was upholding, Min-jun. Amara covers his hand with hers. Thank you. He stares at their joined hands like she's performed a miracle. The next weeks blur together. Amara settles into the penthouse, explores Seoul with a freedom she never had while scraping by. Min-jun works constantly, gone before dawn, home after midnight, but leaves small traces of consideration. Her favorite snacks appear in the kitchen. Books she mentioned wanting show up on her nightstand. Once, she catches him watching her read. Something soft in his expression before the walls slam back up. They're careful around each other. Polite. Distant. Until the night Marcus appears. Amara's leaving a coffee shop in Itaewon when he stumbles out of a bar, sees her, goes pale. Amara. Shit. I've been trying to reach you. Don't. She keeps walking. He grabs her arm. Please. I'm sorry. I was drunk. I didn't mean. You tried to traffic me. What? No. Who told you that? His grip tightens. Listen, I just need money. Just a loan. I'm in trouble, and if you could, let go. Please. A hand closes on Marcus's wrist. Twists. Marcus yelps, releases Amara, staggers back. Min-jun stands between them, radiating violence, barely contained. He must have been following her. The protection detail he never explicitly mentioned, but she started noticing. 3 more men materialize from doorways, surrounding Marcus. She said let go. Min-jun's voice is arctic. Do you need me to explain what happens to men who ignore that? Marcus's bravado crumbles. I didn't know she was with someone. I swear. I'll go. You'll leave Korea. Tonight. There's a ticket to Los Angeles waiting at Incheon. If you're not on that plane, my men will ensure you regret it. I can't just leave. I have debts, paid. Conditionally. The condition being you disappear and never contact my wife again. Marcus looks at Amara, betrayal in his eyes, like she's the one who wronged him. You're married? To him? What? You just moved on. I survived, Amara says quietly. Something you tried to prevent. Understanding dawns. Marcus goes pale. That contract, that was just business. I wasn't going to actually. Min-jun moves. One moment he's still. The next, Marcus is against the wall, Min-jun's hand around his throat. You were going to sell her. Trap her. Use her. Min-jun's voice drops to something absolutely deadly. The only reason you're still breathing is because she has a kind heart. But my kindness ran out the moment you touched her. Get on the plane, Marcus, or I'll show you exactly what I do to human traffickers. He releases him. Marcus collapses, gasping. Go, Amara says. And don't ever come back. He runs. Min-jun turns to her, and the violence drains from his expression, replaced by concern. Are you hurt? No. You came. Always. He says it like a vow. I told you. You're mine to protect. Something shifts in Amara's chest. This man, dangerous, obsessive, probably criminal, has shown her more genuine care in 3 weeks than Marcus did in 2 years. Why? She whispers. Really? Why do you care so much? Min-jun's careful control cracks. Because for 2 years, I watched you give everything to people who took and never gave back. I watched you be kind when the world was cruel. I watched you smile through exhaustion and stay gentle through hardship. His voice roughens. And I wanted to give you something. Safety. Peace. A choice. Even if that choice is walking away from me after 6 months. What if I don't want to walk away? His breath catches. This is a contract. I'm not. I can't offer you more than. I'm not asking for promises. Amara steps closer. I'm asking if this is real. If you feel it too. This thing between us. From the moment I saw you sing to my grandmother, he admits. But you deserve better than a man who's built his life on violence. I deserve someone who sees me, who protects me, who shows up. She takes his hand. You've done all of that. So stop deciding what I deserve and let me choose. Amara, choose me back, Min-jun. Not as a contract, as something real. He kisses her. Finally, desperately, like he's been starving for permission. When they break apart, he's shaking. I don't know how to do this, he confesses. I don't know how to be soft. Then we'll learn together. 6 months later, the contract expires. They don't sign a new one. Instead, Min-jun proposes again. Real ring, real vows, real forever. Amara says yes. Her life transforms. She starts a nonprofit helping foreign women in Korea navigate work visas and legal protection. Min-jun's resources fund it, but Amara runs it, using her experience to help others avoid her fate. She learns Korean, navigates the complex world of Min-jun's family, becomes the woman who civilized Seoul's most dangerous man. I didn't civilize you, she tells him one morning, 2 years into their real marriage. No, he's making her breakfast. He learned to cook, just for her. I just loved you until you felt safe being yourself. He crosses to her, pulls her close. You saved me. Let me believe that. You saved me first. Then we're even. They're not, of course. They're constantly saving each other. From loneliness, from old wounds, from the darkness both of them carry. But that's what marriage is, choosing to fight someone's demons beside them. Amara thinks about the girl bleeding outside that club, certain she was dying alone. She wishes she could tell her, you're not dying. You're being reborn. And the man walking toward you will become your home. Sometimes the best love stories start with the worst nights. Sometimes being saved looks like a stranger who refuses to look away. And sometimes family isn't who you're born to. It's who shows up when you're bleeding and says, I've got you. Always.